Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the latest Elite FPL stream, where tonight it is the Sunday review with myself and Jason. And of course, we've come from a day of yesterday, a day of absolute exuberance. Me and Jason were top of the world, and we come into Sunday thinking, oh God, what certain players are going to do damage. Turns out it's one of the worst Sundays I think I can ever imagine from the world of FPL. However, Jason, are you aware that me and you are two of the best content creators out there officially right now?
No. Why is that, Steve?
Well, if you go into Andrew's FPL Nightmare League, where he's got all the big content creators, you're number 2 or 3 and I'm number 4 or 5. And ironically, we're the only 2 content creators at the top of that list. It's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely mental this week.
I'll take that. We'll make them stand up and take notice, Steve-O. Let's do this for 10 game weeks.
We will genuinely, I think, attack this FPL season, because I told you the other day I want to do really, really well this year. I want you to do really, really well. But then I heard that you want a wild card. What are you on about?
I'm being flippant with my remarks. However, I'm slightly annoyed about a few things in my team. I was disappointed to see Sesko pick up, not start, and Consa pick up a red card. I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment, guys, so I'm speaking a little softer than what I normally would. But Sesko not starting the game was a little bit of I understand why Amarim didn't start him. I was actually about to kick. I was in my head. I was really annoyed, but then I watched the game and I was like, it actually makes so much sense that the way he started Mount, with a counter attack in mind, and with Cunha and Burmo just really causing problems for Arsenal. And did you watch the game, Steve-O?
Of course. Unfortunately.
All I'll say is, from a United's perspective, ticks all the boxes for me in terms of wanting to be proactive, wanting to be attacking. But from a defensive point of view, the goalkeeper let the whole team down by palming it into his own net. I think there's no need to be an expert in football, or to, you could be a championship fan and know that United's goalkeeping fiasco last season it surely means that we would be in the market for a replacement. But unfortunately, the goalkeeper's let us down again. Okay, it's just one goal, but it's a goal that's won the game for Arsenal. But can I come out of that game from a fan perspective and think that we started off on a negative? Can we take away from that a lot of positives? Absolutely. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper's made a howler, and it's going to stick in the memory for a few weeks, and it's certainly going to put pressure on the board. And
can I sorry to interject? Why didn't Onana start? What was I missing there?
And not able and fit to start, not match fit, is what I believe. Could be worse. I had a triple Forest defence, and I lost 3 clean sheets to a non-penalty. Yeah, I saw the handball. With that, it was so soft. I thought that I watched also the game earlier today as well, where you see the free kick that was scored against Chelsea. Steve,
where whatever player it was decided to rugby tackle one of the Chelsea players. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Gay. It was Gay. It was ultimately Crystal Palace, in my opinion, from a footballer's perspective, that was a good goal. But there's a silly little rule that's been introduced to that. That would probably never be enforced, but it was enforced on today. So just so happened to be against Chelsea, and people were confused by it. But yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute because I want to hear your thoughts on the Man United game. I've just listened to a voice message from Ray. I would play it, but we've got to get out of it really, really quickly because I'm very, very ill. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. I was thinking the same as Ray. Arsenal got away with it. I predicted it would be a very low scoring game. I was thinking 0-0, 1-1, 1-0 either way. I think Man United fans should feel aggrieved that they didn't get anything out of that game. A minimum of a draw. I think you deserved it. Yeah. I think it was I just think it was up top. You were missing something.
Well, you say that, but Raya pulled off a couple of very, very, very good saves.
Yeah, of course.
On another day, Dorgu's shot would have gone in. Just clipped the outside of the post. Beautiful shot. Cunha's snapshot from the left-hand side, tight angle, but that reflex save from Raya was incredible. And then, of course, the header in who was it? I can't even remember. Mbeumo with a header, that was it. The Mbeumo header would have maybe gone further over into the corner and could have easily gone in. I think to say that we didn't do enough up front to score a goal, I feel is probably a bit unfair to United, considering they actually were, out of the two teams, you could see that Arsenal from minute 60 were looking to just play the ball out and just play time.
To be honest with you, I saw nothing from Arsenal today where I'm thinking, oh, I've got to get Saka or Gyökeres into my team. Jesus,
no,
God,
not in this display. But again, next week could all be different, and you know, so yeah, I think coming out of this game week, it's been a lot of surprises in terms of individual performances that just haven't come through. Wirtz, Saka, Palmer. I mean, again, Pedro's a highly owned player, didn't come through. Look who did come through, Steve-O. Chris Wood. You know, people moved off Chris Wood to bring in Pedro because content creators were saying do it. I fell into that trap as well, I'll be honest with you, because I had Chris Wood in my team. Because I was just looking at everyone's teams and they wanted Pedro in. I thought, you know what, if I'm not going to have Palmer... do you know, the thing is, my logic was, if I'm not going to have Palmer in it, I want to at least have one attacking Chelsea asset. That was my rationale in my team. Just if I'm not going to have Palmer, I'll have Pedro. But guess what? It wasn't the right choice to make this particular game week. Next week, of course, it could be all different. He could get a brace next week. Who knows? But players are definitely on my radar now. I mean, Ekitike goes without saying. And Semenyo for Bournemouth, absolute animal. What a beast.
Well, let's just stop you there because we're going all over the place here, and I want to kind of have a bit of structure in this. We started on Friday, and Liverpool, of course, absolutely took Bournemouth to pieces. There was a bit of a scary moment when Bournemouth got back into it, but then Liverpool took control, and of course, Salah turns up with a deserved goal in the sense of that's what a world-class player does. If he's going to run for a ball in the 94th minute and do what he does, it's very, very frustrating from my point of view and your point of view, as we didn't captain him, but he does what he does. They win 4-2. Did you watch the game, and what did you think of Liverpool?
I watched the game. Liverpool, I feel, were a little bit disjointed at the back, I'll be honest with you. Van Dijk got caught a couple of times. Conte, I feel like there was definitely positioning issues at the back, and I think I think Liverpool are going to be, like I said, the Brendan Rodgers team of like years gone by, where they didn't mind conceding a few goals because they're playing their fullbacks so high up the pitch that, you know, the two centre backs, it's a little bit of it can be easily to overload on the transition, if you get what I mean. So it played really well into Evan Nielsen, Semenyo, into their hands, really. I think Semenyo was the standout in that game. But yeah, I think the scoreline flattered them. I don't think they deserve to win 4-2. I think that maybe, Bournemouth would... Yeah, I did honestly, yeah. Come on, Steve. I mean, they scored the last couple of goals late on in the game.
Hold on a minute. This is coming from a man that owns triple Liverpool. I was shitting myself. Literally, like I have been today, shitting myself.
I wasn't blown away by Liverpool as much as I thought I would be in the second half. No, not in the second. No. Because if you remember, they made changes, didn't they? Yeah, second half. First half, brilliant. Second half, they took Ekitike off. They made some decisions. Kind of, for me, they went a little bit more defensive in the second half and they put the foot off the gas, but they still got caught out of position. And I think that if it wasn't for Mohamed Salah on the field, maybe they may have scraped a 3-2, but I think it could have been a bit of a different story. But yeah, Bournemouth did really well. I think Liverpool were probably 70% of what I would expect them to be in the second half. I think they took their foot completely off the gas. Well done to Bournemouth for giving them a game. But in the end, I think the scoreline flattered them 4-2, I'll be honest with you.
You must be overjoyed with your triple Liverpool. You've got it up on screen, I'm assuming.
Yeah, triple Liverpool, yeah.
You've got to be really happy with that.
I am. I look at Wirtz and I think that's a star player in the making. Personally, yep. I know people have been slagging him off. You got to also look at potential rotation in the future. Where is Ekitike going to fit into this? Is he going to be nailed? And Gakpo as well. Where is he going to be fitting into like the priority of playing order? I think at the moment I'm okay with those three: Wirtz, Gakpo, and Salah. But I really do fancy Ekitike just by looking at him. It's almost like he's gelled immediately. It's like he hasn't even had like 5 minutes to settle into the team, but he's so comfortable. And I'll be honest with you, if I was to do a wild card, I would look at changing my three Liverpool players that I own, and I probably would be looking at removing Gakpo and bringing and bringing in Ekitike.
No, it would have to be Wirtz, surely.
Gakpo kudos in for Gakpo, and then Sesko for Ekitike would be my move. So I would imagine.
Why would you keep Wirtz? What did you see?
Wirtz is nailed. Wirtz is nailed in that team. He's a quality player. If you enjoy watching football, you see that he is the creativity in that team. He will be the outlet for the strikers to put the ball in the back of the net. So
do you not worry though he's going to be the assister of the assister though?
I am a little bit worried, but it's one game. It's one game week. I think Gakpo is less nailed than Wirtz. I don't have long-term faith in Gakpo. I don't know if there's any Liverpool fans in here that can tell me to shut up. Please do so. But I just have this feeling that Gakpo is more likely to be rotated than Wirtz purely because of the position that Gakpo takes upon that left-hand side. Again, Matty's saying he's not the goal scorer. Yeah, I know he's not the goal scorer, but I just think Wirtz is going to be on for a lot of assists. Yeah,
according to PK7, he said in the Patreon comment that basically Wirtz, the only reason why he played the way he did on Friday is because Gravenberch wasn't there. Well, Gravenberch's back, and he thinks that Wirtz will get a more freer role. Maybe like that Rangers of Man City, who we'll come into in a minute.
Well, we got conflicting. Very quickly, Cedo in the chat saying, I'm a Liverpool fan, I agree with Jason. And Matty in the chat says, I don't know what you're saying. So, but is Matty a Liverpool fan? I can't remember. He is, yeah. So we've got two Liverpool fans in the chat, both with different opinions on Gakpo and Wirtz. But yeah, I'm not saying Gakpo is a bad shout now. I'm saying over the next few game weeks, there is a chance he could be rotated. Okay, yeah. Well, if you want to just quickly go through your team, Jace, because you have done whatever you may be thinking, you've done very well this week. So just go through your team and let us know how you feel. I guess it was just because today was such a crap one for me. I just took the wind out my sail a bit last night. Obviously, Sanchez getting 7 points is quite nice, getting those 3 saves. So he was close to the bonus points, Steve-O. He just missed out on the bonus points on that. I think ultimately, Cucurella getting bonus points, I did raise an eyebrow to that because I know he was really attacking, but I didn't really think that Cucurella did much in the game to really create a clear opening chance for Chelsea. He looked good though, didn't he? He looked good, but I don't. I obviously wasn't tallying it up, but for me, Cucurella, he played it basically in the opponent's penalty area for a long period of the game. He was very, very attacking. It's like a striker almost. So I can understand why people will be looking to have Cucurella very involved. But Chelsea were not on the boil today at all. They were so off it. I think Cucurella only getting bonus points because the rest of the Chelsea attacking line were just crap. Really kind of spells it out for me. Maybe if Sanchez had got a couple of more saves, he would have been in for bonus 2 or 3. So happy with Sanchez return. Of course, Wan-Bissaka getting 1 point against Sunderland. I thought that he had a chance to get a clean sheet there, and obviously a lot of people bullish on Sunderland were kind of able to say, I told you so, really. Wan-Bissaka in 1 point, West Ham looking pretty atrocious. Will I be looking to move on from Wan-Bissaka in the future? Well, certainly if I was on a wild card, I would be. But I'm not. So I've got him in my team. Konsa, red card.
How did you feel about this?
Well, he got a red card, Steve-O, but still managed to pick up more than Van Dijk.
I know, but it must be very, very, very frustrating at the fact that you've got a player that's been, suspended for 1 game week, but still a bit annoying.
Bit annoying, but it's 4.5 million, got me 3 points. I'll take it. It could be worse. It could have got negatives. I mean, well, he didn't. I'm just. It is what it is. It's for FPL. If you'll own a player that gets a red card, it's just going to happen. You can't account for it. You can't factor that in. Don't feel aggrieved in any way. It was a red card, so it is what it is. Van der Ven, 6 points. You of course had Pedro Porro. No. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Making use of the. He got 3, didn't he? He got 3 bonus.
No, he didn't.
Did
he
not
get anything? He got 6. He just got.
Okay. I do apologise. It was 8 Norway. They got 3 bonus. So yeah, Van der Ven with the 6 points. Quite happy with this clean sheet. Really. Shame he didn't get anything else because I thought he was actually really good in the game. Rangers goal and assist. I mean, 2 attacking returns, didn't get any points, unfortunately, because he was yellow carded and he lost the ball deemingly too many times. But from a Liverpool attack point of view, I got 2 out of the 3 right in Gakpo and Salah. But I think that I am questioning myself whether these 3 Liverpool assets are what I'm going to be wanting to use long term. I think Gameweek 1 I wanted to stack up on that midfield for Liverpool, but I may want to look at changing that in the near future. Happy overall with them. Just maybe I'll have a little think about which one I'll want to move. But I think at the moment Gakpo's a target. But again, I might upset people in the chat for saying that. Haaland captain, 26 points. I can't really. I mean,
fucking mad, isn't it?
I mean,
absolutely mad.
We said before the season started that owning Haaland and captaining him is a massive differential. It turned out to be a massive differential. What is his ownership? Very low. It's actually hang on. His ownership is 3, 2, 1, 25%. Haaland 25% owned. Very, very big differential when the majority of people on Salah captain came through. Very, very happy with that. Yeah, Pedro, 2 points. Bit disappointed with Chelsea as a whole, like I said. Yeah. What do I do with him? I don't know. Probably keep him for the moment.
You've got to keep him. Yeah.
Again, this is the thing. If I was wildcarding Steve-O, Sesko, Pedro, Wan-Bissaka, Konsa, one of Verts and Gakpo would all be at my team.
Isn't it funny how I said to Rail Gary on a voice message that imagine if FPL actually started in game week 2, so we can actually get an idea from game week 1 of actually who is the team in form or how teams set up and everything, and then you go into game week 2, because you just said it. Most teams will not be as they are, what they are currently now. Like, we've got the template, but we move into game week 2 and people are like, oh, I don't like the template. I want X, Y, and Z players. It's crazy. Obviously, it would never happen, but look, you've picked your team, mate. João Pedro, Chelsea in general, from an attacking point of view, are absolutely hopeless. I mean, I thought Arsenal were bad, but Chelsea, they seem to be so reliant, like Arsenal, on their defence. Now, don't get me wrong, Chelsea were all over Crystal Palace, in my opinion. A bit like Man United in
midfield, yeah.
Yeah, I think a bit like with Man United over Arsenal. They just didn't have that critical touch in the end.
I think it came down to in the United game, Steve. I just think they just didn't get a little bit of luck. How many times did we see rebounds ricocheting around in the box? All it takes is one rebound to just fall at a player's feet in the 6-yard box, and then it could be easily a goal. But, time and time again, Gabriel Saliba absolutely, in the box were very, very good at putting their bodies in the line. They put their bodies on the line. Against other teams, I feel that United would have scored quite comfortably. But I think from an Arsenal point of view, in the box, Gabriel Saliba doing what they always do, just dominating. I don't think you can compare Chelsea's attack with United's attack in that perspective, but certainly I was surprised to see how much possession that we had in midfield, given Arsenal's quality.
Well, I had there was a moment right if you remember this, I don't know how far you got into the second half, but there was a moment where my heart came out of my mouth when Cucurella put in that perfect ball for Santos.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like,
blazed it over.
Yeah. Gutting.
Yeah.
That was like such a beautiful bit of interplay between, I think it was Palmer onto Cucurella, I think, and then Cucurella into Santos. And it's just, he could have done anything, even took an additional touch.
It was Santos, it wasn't Estevao, was it?
Ah, that's it. Yeah.
It was Estevao, I think. But
okay.
But the thing is, for me, even though we lost, I'm feeling like we kind of did justice at Old Trafford from a playing football point of view. So much negative football has been played at Old Trafford over the years. I'm so bloody happy that Mbeumo and Cunha are bringing this fearless, direct approach to the game that they just bring the energy. They bring the energy. They close down players. I mean, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Sesko as well, because I know he didn't do much when he came on. I think that by that point, Arsenal were well and truly in shut up shop mode. But I'm very much looking forward to the trio and Bruno Fernandes behind.
From a complete neutral point of view, firstly, I'm absolutely shitting myself regarding Burnley when they go to Old Trafford. You are absolutely going to destroy us, and I think the perfect captaincy will be on. Well, it's all down to the Fulham game, see what happens in that particular fixture. But Mbeumo, for me, as Ray said on a voice message, looked like the standout candidate from my point of view. Dorgu looked as well. Fantastic. Dorgu looked great. And he's another one where if you've got him in your team, you've got your locked-in clean sheet against Burnley. And I do agree with D-Unit that the truth of the matter is that you target Burnley at the moment. You target Burnley. Only because of the Gameweek 1 fixture that we've seen us get absolutely, totally battered by Tottenham. So, yeah, that Man United game against Burnley, Jace, I think is going to be a potential massacre, 3-4 goals. And I think that could be the one that maybe gives the confidence into the likes of Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo. And you just keep Sesko and you fucking captain him, mate.
Yeah, I'm just, ultimately, I am very much happy with what my team is looking like. I'm not, I kind of tongue in cheek mentioned while hitting the wild card button. Obviously, I'm not going to hit the wild card unless some crazy bit of news comes out and half my team become unavailable for the next match in a press conferences. There's very little chance. I mean, it would be interesting to see what the consensus is in the community about people's teams, because I saw that Andy did a video earlier on today talking about almost like regretting and second guessing yourself.
That's a load of bollocks. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. I like him, but that video was a load of bollocks, mate.
Why is that?
I watched it because, unfortunately, like a lot of people that are using AI websites, etc., I don't care what he says, he would never do what he said he wanted to do. It's a load of bollocks, Jace. And people fall for it.
No. I don't think he's saying he would do what he said he was going to do. I think what resonated with me, and I kind of agreed with, was the fact that, for me, when Andy turned around and said, it's game week 1, just because the players haven't done what you thought they were going to do doesn't mean you've got it wrong, and that you should stick with your team and give it a chance to show what it can do in game week 2, because game week 2 is
But my issue is that it doesn't matter what he says, he's going to do what FPL Review does. Trigger has done tons of research into this, and these content creators, they just use these websites. They're not like you, or they're not like me, they're not like Andrew, D-Unit, and whoever fucking watches this shit. They don't make their own decisions, Jace. This is why I just take their... I don't even watch the stuff. But the 3 minutes that I watched, because I thought, oh, wow, he's doing a video that's not all perfect screens and everything like this. He's actually just talking over it. And then I just heard him talking. I'm just like, yeah, I'm turning off now. Because it's a load of twaddle. It's an absolute load of twaddle.
We talk about... I mean, I don't want to get into the tit for tat of...
No, but I'm just making the point. You brought it up.
But I was bringing up not that point. I was bringing up purely the psychology behind your decision making, and I think that we can all fall foul of that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that that's you. He doesn't matter what he says. He will just rely on FPL review along with a lot of other content creators. That's a categorical fact.
Okay.
It's just a fact, mate. Now, whether it resonated with you or not, that's good. But unfortunately, you got to take people like him, their words with a pinch of salt. Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I could kind of I listened to him and it kind of made me realize that, you know, people bringing it, like they're already we're going to see price changes because of knee-jerk reactions, Steve-O. It's going to happen. It happens every year.
That's inevitable.
And just don't let. I guess what I'm trying to put across, if I can, is don't let knee-jerk decisions ruin your game. Give your players a chance unless absolutely desperate.
When I was listening into Gary's stream this morning, this afternoon, while watching the Chelsea game, and some of the guys on there are like, "Oh, we're going to bring in Rangers now to make money," and you think, why don't you just have it in the first place?
I want to say very quickly, Steve-O, you've said about how good of a game week I've had. I have to be completely frank, and I look at the game week that you've had. You're on 70 points.
I know.
Your back line has come through for you amazingly. You've got the extra 6 points and bonus points from Aït-Nouri and Cucurella. You unfortunately didn't get anything from Saka, but you're on 70 points, and you've got 2 players left to play in Pirot and Dewsbury Hall. Now, what are you looking minimum from these players? 5 points minimum, surely.
Yeah.
10 points maximum.
Truth of the matter is, I was expecting that from today, I really, 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 really wanted Saka to get an attacking return. I don't care what the fuck it was. I don't care if it was an assist or a goal. I needed him to get an attacking return today. It didn't happen. He was fucking non-existent in the game, but we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
I wanted him to beat Fernandes as well, or even match Fernandes. Fernandes was the player I was really, really, really worried about. Really worried about.
Yeah.
Come away with 1 point better off than Fernandes. Whoopty fucking do. However, Pirot and Dewsbury Hall, as I said on the stream when I revealed my team, they're my money makers. They're the price points in which, do I want Mark Gui or do I want Pirot? Well, Pirot's guaranteed to start for Leeds. It's just a fact. And he's 1 million extra. Fuck it. I'll have him. And he's playing against Leeds. Dewsbury Hall, he's coming to Everton. He's going to be one of the main men for Everton. And what do I expect from that game? Do you know what? It's so difficult. It's going to be like that Man United Arsenal game. The only difference is going to be more defensive. It's going to be Leeds, attack, Everton holding them off. And I would not be surprised if Everton went and won their 1-0. But if, and it's a big if, and I know this is all if, buts and maybes, this is what predictions are. If that Pirot, who was a key man to Leeds' success last season, comes through with a goal, people are going to go, wait a minute, why don't we even look at him? Why don't we actually look at this guy?
Especially now when like the likes of Pedro have done nothing.
Well, I can't compare Pirot to Pedro because Pedro is a guaranteed starter for Chelsea. And
no, but I'm on about the pure knee. I'm on about the pure knee jerker, Steve-O. The people that look at price changes, and I'll be honest, it kind of, when you go on these price websites that tell you the prices are going to go up, the FOMO kicks in. You're thinking, oh my god, he's going up tonight. Oh right, I've got Pedro on my team. He looked crap for Chelsea. Let's get him gone. A needless transfer purely to try and get 0.1 in team value. Absolutely needless after one game week. So just just kind of putting into perspective there that people will be making these transactions if Pirro was to score, say, a goal or get involved in 2 goals. You know, for what he is, was he 5.5? Was he 6?
5.5? Yeah,
5.5. 2 million less, mate. I could see Pedro.
If he's got, like any footballer, he's got a reason to try and keep his place because of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now, whatever people may say,
or even
Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been brought in for a reason, to be number 1. Now, again, whatever people may say about his injury, that's what he's there for. So Pirro has to step up his game. And I genuinely do expect tomorrow evening Leeds to win. I don't know by what scoreline. Everton, on the other hand, look, Dewsbury Hall, I said it before, what 4.5 midfielders are out there? Nobody. Not worth of having. But Dewsbury Hall, again, another player that wants to prove himself as to why he shouldn't have been sold. I think he could. These are money makers for me. Jess. Yeah. These are absolutely
Delario in the chat says, if you boys aren't happy with the points you have got after game week 1, then it's going to be a long season. I think it's because you're coming across as a slightly angry Steve-O.
That doesn't sound new, does it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, so really what it comes down to is that we know 70 points for Steve-O. Let's say he's going to get an extra
just 4 points. Best
case scenario, I would say 8 to 10 more points, best case, or realistically 4 or 5 more points. That's a really, really, really that's a really amazing game we won. Considering you use no chips, you're not triple captain, you're not bench boosted. I mean, you've done better than people that bench boosted, Steve-O.
But I'd be gutted if Dewsbury Hall or Pirro don't come through because there's a reason why I brought them in. It was for this particular game week.
Yes.
Leeds at home, their first home game against an Everton team who have lost Branthwaite. Now,
I hope from a not from a rival point of view, but I hope that your plan comes through because like having Pirro. I hope that comes through for you because people in the chat saying Leeds are going to be up for it at home against Everton, and I hope it comes through because you've done something different, and I respect that. I think the people that will complain that they followed the template or followed the content creator, ultimately, why would you moan?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I say, I don't want to go on this kind of rant, but I just get sick to fucking death of just everybody's obsession with content creators and their crappy videos that are just tell you what to do. They put you on this scaremongery. Don't choose this player because of this. Don't choose this player because of that. You're like, shut the fuck up. Just choose your own players. It's mental.
You're on for a really good game at 1 score.
Yeah.
Your game week 2 team's pretty much set. You're bringing in Strand Larson, who, by the way, put in a really good performance, I thought, against Manchester City. Assuming he's fighting fit, there's no reason to even go against your plan of bringing him in for next game week. I think that the structure of your team is set. I mean, Salah didn't exactly make you feel that you needed him. It was do or die. Have Salah. He got the cameo goal in the end, but certainly having the ownership of Haaland is going to be that differential going into game week 2 because people aren't going to. It's not going to be easy for people to get to it.
He's the favourite captaincy apparently on the scout poll this is Haaland for this upcoming week. I'm not captaining myself, but look.
But again, it's his differential that you've got in. I mean, people can't easily get him in.
Yeah, this is the point. And I'm just looking at the league of content creators. You're above me by 3 points.
Well, that's going to be...
The highest content creator is Ash of FPL Juice, who is only 3. He's literally on joint point. In fact, you are on joint points and he uses bench boost. The closest content creator to us is AlfPL in 6th. Then it's FPL Salah, as Andy North in 8th and 9th. And if, and it's a massive if, Pirro or Dewsbury Hall, one of them come through with a high scoring a high scoring single figure tomorrow, I go top, which is fucking mad, mate.
Which, I'll be honest with you, mate, I hope it. I do want you to do well. I want to do better.
I want you to do well.
I want to do better than you, but I want you to do well. So I'm hoping that the fact is, the crazy thing is, we've had very different teams going into this game week, and we've managed to navigate it and come out with very good scores. That is, I would like to say, a fucking miracle. I'll be honest with you. Right, So yeah, going forward, we'll talk about Game Week 2 preview. We'll be doing a stream about that. But Steve-O, the ball is in your court right now. Let's just see what you do tomorrow evening with those two players and see where you land. Because 70 points with 2 to play is a dreamland for lots of people.
It would just not. I'm sure a voice message you. It would actually just be nice to feel justified for once in my fucking life when it comes to FPL. It would just
got to make sure that you keep you don't rest on your laurels and you just keep up with it.
Stick into the plan. Me and Rest stick into the plan. End of discussion. We're going to Game Week 3, and it's going to be our Man United players a must for that game against Burnley. Right now, the answer is yes, and the answer is in Bournemouth, and he's going to come in for Saka. That's a categorical fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak at 8 o'clock in the fucking evening.
Yeah, and Matt in the chat, I'll just call out Matty because he says, "Sorry lads, but we don't care about the leagues that we're not in. It would be rather best to see the leagues that we're in." Yeah. Well, we're talking about the Content Creators League that we've been invited into, and Steve-O's not in all the leagues that you're in, Matty, and he's not in the Lobs League. So, regarding that, I think that was a little bit of a
we don't need to talk about
silly statement. I'll be honest with you. We care about all the leagues that we're in. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in them. We wouldn't accept to be in them.
We wouldn't be doing this stream, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So it's not about what league I show on the screen. Anyway,
let's move on.
So
but overall, we'll stay on for a few more minutes. Overall, Jace, this game week, any shock results for you? Anything where you've gone, oh my God, like, what have I done? Something that's gone against what you thought would happen?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the red card concert is nothing I could have done about that. Wan-Bissaka getting 1 point, is what it is. He's 4.5 million. What do I expect? So yeah, I'm overjoyed with the points I've got, and maybe Sesko is a disappointment. But if he'd have started, it could have been a different story. But maybe I was a bit early on Sesko. Maybe I needed to wait a week or two before getting him in. That's what I've taken out of it. Yeah,
I think for me, I think the shock results are Sunderland not winning, but 3-0. I think that's a shock result for me. Not expecting anything like that. I'm surprised that there was no goals in the Chelsea Crystal Palace game, although the history did suggest that would be a very, very tight game. There's now 3 draws in a row between these two particular teams. Nottingham Forest conceding, like you said, a sloppy penalty, but winning 3-1, which again, that was the surprise, Jace, the fact that them scoring 3 goals, despite the fact they didn't even score a single goal in pre-season. It's absolutely crazy. But other than that...
Alpha FPL, very quickly, he has done a £2 super chat. We're closest to Steve-O could go to Turkey. Not to meet by India, but to get his teeth done. £2 super chat there. Thank you for that. He did say in the super chat, he said, Steve-O, is it bigger than the bread bin?
See, I can swear on this, Alf. I couldn't give a shit, mate. You were doing the joke about the black man's cock. Yeah. Bad though, isn't it? No, it's funny. Huh.
That went over my head. I'll be honest with you.
It's the office.
FPL, but have a beers in the chat too. Matty with the 79p super chat there. Thank you for that, Matt. But certainly, it's going to be interesting tomorrow night. I think that we look towards next week for the preview for next week. But you're not doing any transfers, is that right? I think I might do a transfer to get rid of Conser and bring in Dorgu. Bring in Dorgu for Conser.
Right. I like that.
I feel that's a positive transfer.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that, Jace. Yeah.
But on that note, I don't think we need to keep on going around circles. I mean, we'll talk very quickly about is there anyone in the 1 second. Is there anyone in the mini leagues that we want to talk about, Steve?
Click us in the YouTube chat league. He's got 100.
Let me just bring it up.
Absolutely fucking mental.
Yeah, I'll very quickly bring it up just to basically give
rub it into everybody and piss everybody off.
So in the YouTube chat league, Clickus is currently top. He's on 100 and God knows how many points. 104 points, bench boosted. Has he got anyone to play? He's all out.
And yet
He's
his
all out.
bench boost, 2 of the players got 1 point.
2 of his players got 1 point. Yeah, absolutely. Men in Black saying waste of a chance for transfer. I don't think you need to worry about banking transfers. But yeah, if you need a code for the YouTube chat league, it should be in the description.
It's closed now. It's closed.
Oh, there we go. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will bid you farewell. Steve, I will bid you farewell. We will see you. When are we going to do the preview?
Probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Probably Wednesday or Thursday, guys. Probably Wednesday or Thursday for the preview for Game Week 2. All right. We'll keep an eye out for shorts that Steve O do regarding his Monday night drama and any Patreon podcasts. Going to gaslight everyone. We're going to get everyone to sign up to AI. AI is going to take over your team.
However, one of the leagues that isn't closed is going to be the Patreon league. So if you are wanting to be part of the Patreon Trophy League, you've got until Game Week 2. So once Game Week 2 is closed, that is it. That's the end of the Patreon Trophy League.
Dalario second in the YouTube chat league. Well done. Right, on that note, let's wave.
Well, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like button.
Subscribe and like if you've learned something. Subscribe and like.